Welcome everybody to the MartinPC.com Truck Series. We're here at Chicagoland Speedway for 225 miles around this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval. And what makes this track unique is the curve on the backstretch. I'm Josh Copperl. I'm joined in the booth with me by a different guy this week. Dawson Allen is on vacation, so we have Mr. Adam Kuhn joining me tonight. How you doing, Adam?
Evening, Josh. I'm doing good. Excited to be up here in the booth with you tonight for the Smart and PC Truck Series. Should be very exciting tonight. I love this track, one of my favorite mile and a halves on the schedule.
I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It is unique. Like I said, how the backstretch has that curve on it. You're never really going completely straight down this track, and that's what makes this track so unique than any other tracks that we're gonna see this season. Currently in practice, Carl Felver is leading them on the speed charts with Matthew Stotts at P2, Rich Petrucco P3, Brian Haynes 4th, and Joe Quill rounds out the top 5 positions. So, Adam, let's go ahead and bring in somebody to interview. And how about you ring up driver of the 44, Andrew Elias?
Yeah, Andrew, it's Adam up here in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Andrew, you got a copy?
Well, it doesn't seem like we can reach Andrew Elias. Seems to be busy at the moment. That's all right. Let's go ahead and bring in another guy. Hey, Nolan, it's Josh up the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Nolan, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Running a few laps here. Getting used to the track again.
So, currently you're sitting 22nd. Practice times, obviously, just getting out there to start practicing. So you haven't felt much yet, but so far, how's the truck handling, and what do you think the racing is going to be like tonight?
So far, my truck's handling pretty good. I think that this will be a very draft-heavy track. I think that the people who can save their right front tire the most are the people who can try to be up at the front at the end. I'm feeling like it's a pretty good truck. I'm feeling pretty sturdy for tonight. Hopefully, we can get a good finish out of this.
So I was talking with Adam about the shape of this track and how that backstretch has a little bit of curve in it. How do you think that's going to play into tonight with the backstretch not being exactly straight?
I think it's going to be interesting. I've kind of noticed in practice a little bit that if you let your truck get a little bit too far in the corner off the backstretch, you kind of don't even realize it, and it's really hard to turn down to the bottom. I think the bottom is probably going to be the most preferred lane tonight. I think that it'll be different because none of the tracks we faced so far has had a curved backstretch. So I guess we'll have to see how everybody deals with that. here in this pack racing type deal.
All right, well, thank you for allowing us to interview you, and maybe we'll talk to you later on in the race.
Yeah, no problem.
And that was Nolan Hodgson, driver the number 42, getting into a little accident there in practice. I'm wondering if we do have Andrew. Now, I did see him on track. Let's go ahead and see if we can dial him back up.
Hey, Andrew, you got a copy?
Andrew Elias, it's the boys in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I sure do, bud.
There we go.
You got me?
Yeah, we got you. So how you feeling tonight for this race?
Feeling alright, just here to have a little bit of fun. Sorry I'm being a little bit short. I had a Zoom meeting just start right now, bud.
Gotcha. Well, how do you think the truck is going to handle tonight with these guys?
To be fast, you have to be kind of out of control, it feels like. So, I think I'm going to go a little bit conservative with the setup, back it up a little bit, just so I feel a little bit more comfortable to be safer, because I don't want to mess anybody up who's going for the championship or anything like that.
Alrighty, well, it's just a few minutes, rather a few seconds before qualifying starts. We'll let you get back up there with your team. Good luck in qualifying, and maybe we'll talk to you later.
Alright, thanks, bud.
And that was Andrew Elias, driver the number 44. So, Adam, under a minute now, who do you think gets it done tonight? Who's your pick to win?
Well, I'm going to go with someone who's been really fast in this league especially. He's sitting there right on the playoff bubble. Kyle Reuter in the number 9. He sits last driver in the playoffs currently. Just a few races left, Josh, and he's kind of on the hot seat right now if we get a new winner.
Not a bad pick at all. I think I'm going to go with Carl Felver, though. Felver currently sitting P1 on the practice charts. I know he's fast anywhere you put him at. I think Carl Felver has great opportunity to collect a win here tonight at Chicagoland. But that is going to wrap it up for practice, and we head on over to qualifying now. Before we completely get into qualifying, I just want to let the viewers know I screwed up joining the session. I joined as a driver, and when you do that, you cannot see other drivers' qualifying laps. So what that means is, unfortunately, we won't be able to watch anybody take a qualifying lap. So I'll just have to watch the ticker, and I will do my best to tell you the times of what each driver is running. But it's 5 minutes for qualifying. Each driver has 2 laps to attempt to get their fastest time in. And currently, I'll tell you the track conditions right now. The air temp is 71 degrees. Track temp is 75 degrees. So it is pretty cool. Right now. It's about 7:05 p.m. in the sim time, so it's trending towards the evening. I expect the track to get a little bit cooler, only from here on out. Wind speed is blowing 2 miles an hour northwest, and it's partly cloudy, so the cloud cover is definitely going to help make the track cooler. It's going to help with grip so that they're not sliding around a lot on a hotter track. And could see some uh, speeds out there. Currently, Cody Bird sits P1. Practice charts with Nick Stein P2, Brett Bennett P3, but Mason Lowry jumps to the top spot with a 30.507. 13 drivers have taken a time, and Nick Stein goes to the top of the board on his second lap. A 30.386 for Nick Stein. Rich Patrico jumps up there with a 30.32. Andrew Shartner P2, Nick Stein P3, Cameron Stone 4th, Brian Haynes P5 so far in qualifying. One of the drivers we talked to on the pre-race show is sitting in 13th. That's Nolan Hodgson. Turned a 30.771 to complete his time. So not the lap Nolan Hodgson would have liked to have seen, but definitely has some time to get up to the front tonight. Currently P14 out of 14 drivers that have gone. Still more drivers to go. And a minute and 40 seconds remaining in qualifying as Rich Patrico continues to sit up top the speed charts. Dalton Kelly enters his name of drivers that have qualified so far, P17 out of 18 that have made a time. A 30.74 out of Dalton Kelly on his first lap. Last week we saw Adam Benefiel start in the back, work his way up to the front, and just absolutely dominating the race. Taking the checkered flag, appears Adam Benefiel is going to start from the back once again. See if he is able to repeat his magic from 1 week ago. That's going to do it for qualifying. We turn over to our starting grid. So the pole winner is Rich Patrico with Andrew Shartner to his outside. Nick Stein, P3. Cameron Stone will start 4th. And Brian Haynes will start in that 5th position.
Kyle Ruder is going to start alongside with Carl Falver in row 4 next to Joe Guelt. And Mason Lowry and Dale Lucas Jr. make up the 5th row.
Row 6 is going to go to Matthew Stotts and Greg Fryer. Oscar Enriquez, Cody Bird make up row 7. Joshua, I'm probably going to butcher this name, and I do apologize, but Joshua Schmutko starting in the 15th position with Brett Bennett to his outside.
Dalton Kelly and Nolan Hodgson, is going to make up the 9th row, while Adam Benefield and Cameron Caldwell round out row 10.
And Jeffrey Armstead starts in the 11th row on the inside with Andrew Elias to his outside. Brian C. Smith will round out the field, and as I mentioned earlier, I did make that mistake of registering as a driver, so you're seeing me there at 242. That is incorrect, as I will not be driving in this race. That does it for the starting grid. Drivers are starting to roll. So NASCAR restart zones are in effect tonight. What's going to happen is on the initial start of the race, leader or pole winner, which is Rich Petrucco there in the 27 on the inside line, has to go when iRacing waves the green flag. So for the initial start of the race, everybody goes once the green flag is displayed. After that, leader has to wait, whoever the leader is, once we go back green, has to wait until inside the restart zone to hit the gas to go back green. Driver or leader must maintain pace speed until that restart zone. We'll see it. You see it just a little out in distance. Geico restart zone marked out there. So we'll see that come into play at least a couple times. But meanwhile, we are green here at Chicagoland, and Rich Petrucco already out front. But not for long as Nick Stein looks down to the bottom, trying to take over that lead from Rich Petrucco. Rich is just going to pull to the side and pretty much allow Nick Stein to have it. So Nick Stein with a great start to the race, already out front.
They're the first for that 82 machine, but Rich Petrucco right on his tail going to turn 3. Now he's a couple truck lengths back. Rest of the pack trying to sort themselves out. Brian Haynes cleared a 3rd.
Battle behind them is going to be Carl Felver with Andrew Shartner. Right on that tailgate of Carl Felver. They were side by side entering turn 1, but Felver able to get the position away. But we got spinning in the back. It's Matthew Stotts.
Couple trucks go scattering, and
yeah,
right before that, we were about to see a battle for the lead.
See what happened here. Ooh, I think someone, couldn't tell who that was, might have ran into the back of Matthew Stotts, maybe? Oh, okay, Stotts got loose, and that's what it was. Stotts got loose, came up the track. And
Fryer got a lot of damage from that.
we see Craig Fryer. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of front end damage, as you said. That driver's side front end. This little hole in it. And overshoots his pit box as well. So a few drivers coming down pit road. It's going to be the number 17, Craig Fryer, number 43 of Matthew Stotts, and the number 44 of Andrew Elias. Andrew already off and away. But Adam, as you mentioned, and I was about to point it out myself, is we were having a battle for the lead just as all that was going on behind. Rich Petrucco had looked to the inside of Nick Stein, and they were side by side going down the front stretch. Rich Petrucco was on the bottom, so I think had it stayed green, Rich Petrucco might have been able to drive away with the lead from using that bottom line after getting a great exit off turn 4.
Definitely would have been a battle down that front straightaway, and within time the caution came out. Cameron Stone scored ahead of Andrew Shelton, so that's another position change inside the top 5 there early on.
Yeah, Cameron Stone actually started P4, dropped down to P5. Carl Felver went from 7th to 4th there in that short run. Brian Haynes from 5th to 3rd, and I think it was really that the inside lane just got such a great restart or start there with Nick Stein. Of course, pushing the issue to go 3 wide, take the lead away from Rich Petrucco right immediately as soon as the race started.
As we saw there in the replay with Stotts' spin, the back of the field really hadn't settled down from the drop of the green flag, so everyone was all over the place when the 42 spun, or 43, excuse me, spun, and it caused this stack up there with Craig Fryer, excuse me.
I imagine here they'll be getting the 1 to green signal from the pace car and lights going off. As they do, no choose cone rule here in the MartinPC.com Truck Series. So every driver will line up how they would, with what position they were in, except the leader. We believe leader gets lane choice, but Nick Stein chose the bottom anyway. So everybody lined up where they normally would have before a choose cone rule. Pace car is going to make its way down pit road. And now, as I said, just before we went green on the initial start, Nick Stein will now have the choice of where he wants to go inside that restart zone. Pace car is in, and the green flag is waving. Great restart by Nick Stein. I think he was definitely ready for that green flag to be waving. Brian Haynes doing a great job holding underneath Rich Petrucco, rather. I think they're going to make just a little bit of contact. They're still side by side for P2, and here comes Carl Felver. Brian Haynes finally able to clear Rich Petrucco in that 27. Haynes going to slide on up, though. That's going to allow Rich Petrucco to have the bottom and possibly get a run. He's not able to, though, as 15.
Felver is all over the back of him trying to get around him, Josh. He had a huge run off the back of that 86 truck. He just had nowhere to take it.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go as Felver was boxed in. Now Felver to the outside of Rich Petrucco, who is losing more spots. Cameron Stone to the inside of Petrucco.
Yeah, you saw Petrucco's truck just kind of get free from him on the exit of turn 2 and allowed Cameron to get to his outside and contest this position. Stone's easily going to... Oh, I thought he was going to clear him, but Petrucco's going to fight back on the inside, cutting the dogleg here on the front straightaway.
Stone trying so hard to use that outside line. Stone's going to be able to clear Petrucco. Now we got a battle for second between Felver and Haynes.
Yeah, Felver popped out on the exit of the corner, had a huge run, took it. He was able to clear Haynes before turn 3, and here comes Cameron Stone trying to follow in his footsteps down in the exit of turn 4. They all cut to that grass down the front straightaway, Josh.
Now Cameron Stone looking to the inside of Carl Felver. They are going to be side by side as they're all reeling in Nick Stein. Nick Stein wants to see them side by side right behind him for the position. It's Cameron Stone going to be there side by side with Felver.
I think both of these trucks are much faster than Nick Stein right now. It's going to be a very difficult pass. Right now, they almost peaked 3 wide there into turn 1. But Nick Stein holding a little bit of advantage over both Carl Felver and Cameron Stone right now, Josh.
Felver clears Stone. And Felver looking to the outside on Nick Stein. Stein's going to have the advantage into the corner. I think Felver's going to try to have a great exit off, but here comes Cameron Stone using his exit and staying to the outside. Not able to get there side by side with Felver, who once again likes to take the outside to try to get a run on exit on Nick Stein. It's going to be close. Felver tries a crossover move. They're going to be side by side drag racing down the backstretch.
I thought that run on the top was really going to work. On the outside lane down the straightaway, doesn't matter. Crossover and maybe to the lead with a slide job here. Can't quite do it yet. He pushes up in turn 4.
Wow. I thought Felver was going to clear him. Felver not able to. Felver sliding up the track. Didn't hit the bottom like he wanted to. This is going to be advantage Nick Stein.
Felver did lead that last lap though, Josh. He was clear by a truck length almost, and he couldn't take it. Now he tucks in line, just in between Stone and Stein, barely down the back straightaway.
Stein, I think, might just be a little bit too tight on exit by the way his truck looks. As I see him starting to fade up to the top a lot sooner than what it seems like the rest of the drivers behind him are doing, so I'm wondering if that's something Nick Stein has taken note of. Once again, Carl Felver looking to the outside lane and trying to cut to the inside of Nick Stein. Not close enough just yet.
Felver with the peek out to that outside lane again. Not going to be able to be on that door of the 82 truck just yet. Let's see what he can do on the exit of 2. Huge run again. He's going to stay tucked up underneath the 82 and push him down the back straightaway, while Cameron Stone closes in for 3rd.
Felver did not elect to make a move, and that might have cost him position possibly, with Stone now to the inside of Felver, side by side. Felver's going to maintain second. He's to the outside of Nick Stein now. They're side by side down the back straightaway.
This is what Felver's been trying to do all run. Get to that right side door of the 82 and make him aerodynamically vulnerable, he's going to be able to make that easily happen, but they're still side by side down the front straightaway as Stein cuts the course again down the front.
Nick Stein just looks like he is struggling so much, rolling through the center of the corner, try to get his truck to turn, and that is going to cost him 2 positions here down the backstretch. Carl Felver takes the lead. Cameron Stone moving to P2 now. Stein not giving up just yet.
Finally had to settle in for third there. He was showing the nose on Felver that entire last lap down the front straightaway. Now, Cameron Stone trying to do the same to Carl Felver into turn 1 and 2 this time. They might be door to door down the back straightaway. No, Stein's going to challenge again. Stone tucks back in line.
Carl Felver washes up the track. I think that's the line he wanted to run anyway. See Cameron Stone going all the way down, using all that apron he possibly can, try to get a run. But here comes Nick Stein back into the picture to the outside of the 57, Cameron Stone. Nick Stein in the wall. That is going to cost him 3 positions at least. And Stein is still struggling. Has Kyle Reuter to the outside and make that Mason Lowry to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide with Nick Stein in the middle. Stein washes up the track a little bit. Almost made contact with Reuter. Slides up in front of that 9 machine.
Really dicey racing here at the back half of the top 10. As you mentioned, Nick Stein free-falling through the field. He's going to be able to sit on 7th for the moment. He's going to continue racing. Meanwhile, down the front straightaway here, Josh, he's going to be able to... Well, he's contesting the 56 right now. Actually, Mason Lowry's for 7th. Going for 6, actually.
Nick Stein does take the 6th position back. Try to work his way back up to the front. He's ready for that stage caution to come out. Which, by the way, tonight's stages are at the conclusion of lap 35 and at the conclusion of lap 75, with the race end at lap 150. Nick Stein looking to the inside of Andrew Schartner in that number 18 MartinPC.com truck. And Stein clears Schartner but slides up the track. That's going to allow not only Schartner to make a move to the inside, but Mason Lowry to try to make a move underneath Schartner to take over the 6th position. Meanwhile, for the lead, Cameron Stone was able to get by Carl Felver for the lead, and Stone is pulling away. Now, just absolutely putting many truck lengths between himself and Carl Felver, who has fallen into the clutches of Rich Petrucco. Rich Petrucco looking to the inside, and Petrucco, of course, has Brian Haynes just behind him, so Felver, he may find himself losing a couple of positions here.
Yeah, I believe something might have happened off of turn 2 last time by, as we saw a cloud of smoke, and then Felver lost the lead, and then a second almost to Stone. And you see him being contested for this position now by Petrucco, like you mentioned. Petrucco to the inside, can't quite make it work yet. Felver's comfortably running that line, and he's not being able to be challenged just yet.
Felver trying to find his groove once again. Rich Petrucco not making it easy, as Felver has a lot to worry about try to maintain that position. Once again, Rich Pachuco looking to the inside. Carl Felber, Pachuco using all of the apron all the way down to the grass. They're going to be side by side into turn 1.
Using all of the surface to his advantage on that 15 truck, not able to make that inside lean work. On the exit of turn 2, he's going to have to succeed that position back to Felber for the time being. He's going to fight again into turn 3. Trying to grip that white line. He's on the inside door of Felber now. Like, once again, down the front straightaway, he's going to shortcut the course, but Felber's going to block him off to the grass.
This is riding on board with Rich Pachuco. And you're seeing Carl Felber, of course, losing time on corner entry, running the high line, where Rich Pachuco is gaining so much on Carl Felber, but then on exit, Felber is just pulling away. That is because of the momentum, but right there, I think Carl Felber missed his entry into turn 3. And that has allowed Rich Pachuco to once again get side by side, very tight. Pachuco still down to the inside of Felber. These guys know that the stage break is coming in just a few short laps. Felber's trying to hold on to get some an extra stage point over Rich Pachuco. Felber, if he were to finish here, get 9 stage points. Rich Pachuco with 8. Pachuco's not giving up though. Three wide battle. It's going to be Shartner, Caldwell, and Hodson. Hodson all the way down to the bottom, going to lose multiple positions here. Shartner ahead of Cameron Caldwell and Kyle Ritter. Hodgson going to find us a place between Reuter and Lowry. Once again, side by side for Pachuco and Felber.
Yeah, Pachuco's got the inside advantage on the entry of the corner, like you mentioned. He just can't get the truck to stay underneath him on the exits, unless it's the exit of turn 4, and then he slides it right to the apron like this. But the unfortunate thing is he can't really get underneath Felber and slow down his speed any down the straights. He's going to dive again into the bottom in turn 1 here, but he's not close enough to upset the side force of that 15 and really upset the air.
Pachuco's going to have one more opportunity to try to get the position over Carl Felber. Meanwhile, Cameron Stone is going to cross the line to win the stage. And Carl Felber does finish ahead of Rich Pachuco. And there is the caution. So, unofficially, your stage is Cameron Stone, Carl Felber, Rich Pachuco, Brian Haynes, Nick Stein, Cameron Caldwell, Kyle Reuter, Andrew Shartner, Nolan Hodgson, and Mason Lowry make up the top 10. So stage 1, we saw one caution happen early on in the stage, and that was 3 cars, or trucks rather, getting into each other after it looked like Matthew Stotts was super loose there on the exit of the corner, and just kind of an accordion effect happened. But everybody coming down pit road here. And Adam, I expect 4 tires and fuel for all of these guys.
I agree. We see Cameron Stone leaving his box easily, going to win the race off pit road.
And it looks like Cameron Stone, Rich Petrucco, Brian Haynes, Carl Felver losing a couple of spots. Cameron Caldwell gaining a couple spots. Nick Stein, Andrew Shartner, Kyle Reuter, Mason Lowry, and Oscar Enriquez. He is the top 10. Hey, Cameron Stone, it's Josh up at the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you won the stage 1 tonight. Got up to the lead pretty quickly and then started driving off. So, how's the truck feeling tonight?
Feels pretty good. I think we're tending a little too tight there on those long runs. I think this one just a couple laps longer, so we'll kind of see what we got. We didn't really make any changes on that last pit stop, so hopefully it holds up for that, last longer stage at the end. But feels pretty good. Definitely feels better out in clean air. So as long as we can stay up here, I think we got a shot at it.
Who do you think so far is going to be the biggest competitor with you from what you've seen just in that opening stage?
Just looking at the people around, Carl had some speed. Seems like he's dealing with the car. It's a little too loose to run the bottom the whole stage. So he was kind of tending to run that second groove a little bit more. But he's got some speed. If he can get that figured out, he's going to be something to deal with. I know Rich is faster than he just showed. I think he's just trying to play it safe and make it to the last stage to go for the win. And Benefield's lurking around here somewhere, so you always got to keep your eye on him.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you get back up in there while it's 1 to green, so maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right, appreciate it.
And that was stage winner Cameron Stone. And, as I mentioned earlier, Adam Benefiel, Cameron Stone just mentioning Adam Benefiel as well. So far, Benefiel is P17 in his 83 machine, so not quite up there yet, but I expect we'll see Benefiel up front before this thing is over.
Oh, absolutely. Should be fun to see him climb up through the field when he knows it's go time.
And green flag is in the air. Cameron Stone was the control truck. He's ahead of Rich Petrucco. Rich Petrucco, no contest there. Easily going to slide in between Brian Haynes behind and Cameron Stone ahead.
Yeah, it looked like Brian Haynes did not get off to the rolling start he wanted to, because Cameron Cardwell was all over him, trying to push him on the front straightaway, and he made it 3 wide down the back. Here comes Carl Felber to possibly his outside, though 3 wide off of turn 4 for a moment. No, they are still 3 wide, racing down the front straightaway into turn 1.
That is Nick Stein once again.
He filled the position Cardwell took. And now they both take those positions, as Felber might have caught the wall there off of turn 2.
I do believe Felber got the wall there. As mentioned, still losing position, sliding back. Now has
outside the top 10.
He's got Mason Lowry underneath him. Like that Dale Lucas putting his truck underneath. Carl Felber all the way down to 11th so far. Andrew Schartner battling with Dalton Kelly to the outside. Go back up front. Cameron Caldwell underneath Nick Stein. Take the 3rd position. Stein trying to have a run outside. They might have made contact. If it was slight. There was not room for error there.
And just ahead of these guys, we see Rich Petrucco not letting Cameron Stone run away right now, like he did in that opening stage. Just a 1/10 of a second separate the two, and only 3/10 back to those guys racing for 3rd. Moment for Cameron Caldwell there off the corner, and Nick Stein trying to take advantage for a moment, Josh.
And Nick Stein looked like he wanted to make a move, wasn't quite able to. At that moment, I'm noticing Stein is running a little bit of a higher line. Stein now looking to the inside, still not quite able to make a move on that 12 machine of Cameron Caldwell.
He is just clogging the mirrors of that 12 truck, just trying to peek to both sides and maybe fill his head a little bit, catch him off guard and dive bomb him when he doesn't think that you see him there, swerving down that curved back straightaway, trying to find a way around that 12 machine. As they race for the lead now, Rich Petrucco right on the tailgate of Cameron Stone off of turn 4.
Petrucco's going to look to the inside. They're going to be side by side. Of course, Petrucco tried to make this move on the 15 of Felver in that first stage. Petrucco actually making a stick right now, still to the inside, as Nick Stein looks to the inside of Cameron Caldwell. Rich Petrucco just not giving up on that bottom lane. Petrucco, I think, is going to be scored with that lap. Petrucco will have that lap. We are under caution. It is on the front stretch.
Yeah.
Carl Felber.
There had been smoke bellowing off of turn 4. The entirety of the leaders were racing down the front. I was wondering if it was indeed a spin, and indeed we see Carl Felber bringing out this yellow flag.
Ooh, it looked like a little bit of contact. Nolan Hodgson into Carl Felber. There was another truck that spun to the inside. I think
Whoever it was, they made contact with Felber after he took a massive shunt to the safer barrier and rocketed back down the racetrack.
that's going to be the number 69, Dale Lucas. Great job there.
Yeah, that was a great job keeping hold of that machine. He wanted to spin it.
I just want to look at that one more time because I'm thinking. Okay, yep. Nolan Hodgson got on the apron just a little bit. That sent him up the track. And into Felver.
Yeah, you definitely see that 42 wash up and it just going, won't go, and power into the 15 he goes. And the truck won't steer until it gets a little bit of help. 8 wheels is better than 4, obviously, Josh.
On the other hand, Rich Petrucco was ahead of Cameron Stone when the caution came out, so Petrucco scored as the leader. Cameron Stone, P2, Cameron Caldwell, P3, Nick Stein, P4, and Brian Haynes rounds out the top 5. We are coming to a third of the way through this MartinPC.com 225 at the Chicagoland Speedway. I think lights on the pace car are going to go off this time by. And once again, there is no choose cone rule in effect, so drivers will line up how they are scored. Rich Petrucco on the bottom, Cameron Stone up top, Cameron Caldwell row 2 on the bottom, and so on. And lights on the pace car are still on, so we are going to go around at least another time before they go off. So we are officially 1/3 through this race. 50 down, 100 to go. And let's go ahead and bring up our schedule. See here tonight we are at Chicagoland, and there are only 3 races left until the playoffs start. After tonight, we go to Mid-Ohio for some road course action, New Hampshire, and Pocono. So every track that remains on the schedule is all different in some sort of way. So these drivers are going to have a lot to overcome and face to make it into the playoffs and have a chance at a championship. Bring up our points. Cameron Stone, 5 wins on the season, looking to collect win number 6. Zach Rinker, 3 wins. Rinker not in tonight's event. Eric Wineland with 1. Wineland not here tonight either. Rich Petrucco with 1 win. Petrucco, the current leader of the race. Lonzo Chicano with 1 win. Greg Fryer and Andrew Shartner with 1 win as well. Drivers in yellow have clinched a playoff berth. Those in 8th through 12th are hopeful, but Kyle Reuter, who sits in P12, has a 66-point lead over Jeffrey Armistead, who sits on the outside looking in. Team points. Craig Felver Motors has a huge lead over Field Filler Racing. 240 points is the difference between first and second. CFM with 2 wins, FFR with 3 wins on the season. We're going to go back green, and let's go back with a little bit of turn it up. Cameron Stone on the back tailgate of Rich Petrucco. Cameron Caldwell had a chance to take the lead there on the restart. They were trying to make it 3 wide. Rich Petrucco, of course, holding on to the lead, now blocking the move on Cameron Stone, who goes all the way to the bottom, using all the apron he possibly can. Caldwell, rather, running such a high lane there through 1 and 2. These first 3 trucks you could throw under a blanket for that lead. Petrucco, Stone, Caldwell, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, all battling for the lead. Meanwhile, Nick Stein underneath Brian Haynes for the 4th position, just behind, and we got a caution. Andrew Elias, Cody Bird, Joe Gwilt, I believe, was involved. Let's go take a look and see what happened. Cody Bird gets into the wall on the backstretch, gets loose, gets into the 54 of Brian Smith. That collected Andrew Elias, I believe. Yes, it did. I believe it was just those 3 trucks involved. Smith continued to go for a ride. Everybody else backing it down before catching up to these 3 trucks.
Yeah, Cody Bird got the wall for turn 2, and then he went to catch it. Caught Brett Bennett, went to catch it again, and he was just fishtailing it from there before Brian Smith and Andrew Elias came flying in there. Nowhere for Andrew to go, because as soon as he looks up, he sees the 54, and nowhere for Brian to go with Cody out of control like that.
Cameron Caldwell down pit road, 1 lap down. Caldwell was running 3rd place when that caution came out. I believe Caldwell was just coming out here, turning some laps, and then was going to park his truck eventually. So I believe Caldwell might be done for the night. And he was working his way up to the front, was doing really good, so that 12 machine definitely was fast. That moves Brian Haynes into the 3rd position, Nick Stein P4, and look who's in 5th.
I was just about to mention that he somehow snuck his way all the way up there, Adam Benefield up to 5th under this last caution. I believe it was just 1 restart. He just drove from, what was it, 15th to 5th?
Yeah, I believe so. 15th is where he was at. He's got a fast truck. Watch for him to challenge Petrucco, Stone, Brian Haynes for that lead. Especially if Stone and Petrucco keep battling like they have all race long so far. That's just going to help Adam Benefield. And for that matter, Brian Haynes, Nick Stein to stay up with them. And Benefield, I know if he sees a hole, he's going to go for it. Try to get that lead. Lead this thing to the checkered. We still are guaranteed another caution. That is going to come at the conclusion of lap 75. That is for the stage. Cameron Stone, the winner of stage 1. Lights on the pace car are off, so drivers are going to go 2 by 2. Last week, Cameron Stone did not have a very good race. He was battling up front early on, and some early issues forced him to really not have a good race after that. It just seemed like he kept having issue after issue. One of those times where when it rains, it pours, and for Cameron Stone, he was ready for last week's race to end. Definitely rebounded tonight and winning stage 1, of course, and has a chance to sweep the stages, but it is Rich Petrucco who is out front. Pace car is in. They're in the restart zone. Rich Petrucco gets on the loud pedal, and once again another great restart. This time Cameron Stone not clear. Stone eventually does get clear. Here comes Brian Haynes with Adam Benefiel.
Oh, they're stacking up behind Haynes. They're going to spread it out and fan out 3 and 4 wide for a moment down the back straightaway. Dalton Kelly trying to gain a few positions there on the inside. He's going to have to stay right ahead of Nolan Hodgson right there. Big move for Benefiel in the center of the corner.
Here comes that 83 machine looking to the outside. Brian Haynes not quite able to get there, but now Benefiel looking to the inside, easily get by that 86 machine. Meanwhile, battle for the lead up front. They're side by side. Cameron Stone driving it hard to the inside. Rich Petrucco. Stone's going to clear Petrucco. Let's see if he tries slide job. Not quite. Petrucco's going to have the run on the outside with the advantage. And they're going to be side by side down the front stretch.
Benefiel all over the tailgate of Nick Stein for P3, while these two continue to go at it. Petrucco with a run on the outside, Stone unstable on corner exit. It's not over yet. Rich Petrucco with the advantage into turn 3.
You know, I think Stone did the right thing, because if he had tried the slide job, Petrucco would have been able to do the crossover move and possibly still lose the lead. So Stone, he's hanging strong on the inside. So I think he chose the right thing and not try the slide job there on the 27, Rich Petrucco. Meanwhile, they are still side by side for third behind Nick Stein, Adam Benefiel, Adam bottom, Stein top, and Rich Petrucco looks like he is going to clear Cameron Stone for that lead. As Adam Benefiel clears Nick Stein for third.
Nose on the inside of Cameron Stone now for second, so he's going to try to go for 2 trucks and 2 laps, but he's going to wash up the track into turn 2. Got very tight there in the center of the corner. He almost lost it, and now he's going to lose that third position to Nick Stein.
I think he's lucky he didn't lose another one to Brian Haynes as well. So for Adam Benefiel, he's got to remake up that progress he just had. Petrucco still out front. And Cameron Stone, once again, right there on the tailgate, not looking to the inside, but here comes Nick Stein underneath Cameron Stone.
Stone didn't defend there, and Nick Stein took full advantage of it. Probably caught himself off guard that Stone wasn't defending that bottom lane. Maybe it was Nick Stein on the inside of Cameron for that second position. He's not going to be able to do it. We've seen that bottom be a trouble spot on the exit of turn 2, and Adam Benefield's going to try and play spoiler if he can get to the outside of the 82 there.
Benefield trying, not quite able to. Stein gonna slide up. I expect Benefield to look low here. Benefield doesn't actually. Benefield elects to stay on the racetrack rather than go to the apron. And this is all close, tight racing for the top 5 positions. Meanwhile, look back up front. Cameron Stone side by side with Rich Petrucco. Stone got to the outside of Petrucco. And I think that kind of shocked Petrucco a little bit there.
Yeah, this is a massive opportunity for Cameron Stone if he's able to get around this 27. He's on the outside. We know this is the preferred lane pretty much right now. He's overtaking trucks. Into turn 1, this has been by far the best lane, and he's going to easily clear the 27 off of turn 2 with that outside lane. And in fact, Petrucco is going to be battling for Nick Stein now.
And don't look now, but just behind, Dalton Kelly made a power move on the outside of Brian Haynes. Enter Dalton Kelly into this battle for the P2 here. Kelly looking to the high side, trying to get 3 and 1.
He is running all the way up by that wall. He's going to get blocked on corner exit by Benefield, who's going to go to that safer barrier with a run on Petrucco, while Nick Stein clear for second place. And here comes Dalton Kelly all the way up against the boards, trying to make it 3 wide against these 2 for third.
Just look at the momentum. You hear Dalton Kelly out of the throttle there. They're going to be 3 wide. Petrucco bottom. Benefield middle. Kelly top. They sorted out. 2 wide now between Benefield and Petrucco. Petrucco is going the wrong direction, and Benefield has struggled to try to gain the position after being here, as here comes Oscar Enriquez as well.
Enriquez had a huge run on Benefield, almost got squeezed into the outside wall through the triover. He's able to get that position in turn 1 and 2. Now he almost gets squeezed again by Rich Petrucco. Enriquez going back on the outside, excuse me, Josh, on the 27 truck. Can't quite do it there, but he's still got his nose on the outside of Rich down the front straightaway for the moment.
Dalton Kelly was able to get by Nick Stein. Kelly has his sights set on Cameron Stone. And unless Dalton Kelly has a huge run here, I'm not so sure Dalton Kelly will be able to catch up to Cameron Stone, as they are on the last lap of stage number 2 now. Lap truck of Carl Felver there, running the bottom, staying out of the way. It has seemed like it has got single file and sorted itself out. But Cameron Stone gonna collect another stage victory. Cameron Stone, winner of stage 2. Dalton Kelly working his way up to P2. Nick Stein finishes in 3rd. Oscar Enriquez P4. Adam Benefield P5. Rich Petrucco in 6th. Brian Haynes 7th. Nolan Hodgson 8th. Andrew Shartner 9th. And Joshua Schmutko in 10th.
Well, a handful of cautions there to start that stage, but once we finally got into a rhythm, pretty exciting, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. That was a pretty exciting finish as well to that stage. All around an exciting stage. A lot of battles, and I didn't see Dalton Kelly coming up to the front, so big shocker to see him run up front to get second in the stage. Everybody working their way down pit road, though. And once again, totally expect fork tires and fuel out of these guys. Let's go ahead and dial up Nick Stein. Hey, Nick, it's Josh up the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, you're running up front, running really great. Lots of battling going on up front. Kind of crazy, but what's it going to take to keep your truck up there and continue battling with these guys?
Not much, honestly. This truck is pretty good. A little tight on the longer run, but that I think I made an adjustment there at that last pit stop to fix that. But yeah, I really don't got to do much in order to stay up front, hopefully.
Looks like pretty crazy battle going on. Is it as crazy as it looks from inside the truck as it does out here in the booth?
Yeah, I would say that. Going side by side into a lot of these corners for laps at a time, it can get a little interesting in the truck, but I wouldn't say it's anything too crazy, I guess.
All right, we'll let you get back up in there with your teammates. And good luck to you throughout the rest of the race. Maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right, thank you.
And that was Nick Stein, driver of the number 82 machine. We go down to the Infield Care Center. Adam, I think you got a copy with Andrew Elias.
Yeah, Andrew, you got a copy?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I got a copy.
Pretty big hit there on the back straightaway. Not much you can really do. What did you see, though, from your incident?
There was, I probably could have checked up more, but I just didn't know which way they were going to go. So really nothing I could do. I was just biding my time before I pushed it.
Yeah, how was the track out there up until that point and the race up against everyone?
It was good. Once you have a few laps on your tires, I noticed a lot of the setups would get really, really loose on the bottom, so that's going to be something to watch out for later in the night.
Well, sorry to see you involved in that incident, and hopefully you have a good outing next weekend.
Hey, thanks, Adam. I appreciate it.
And that was Andrew Elias, driver of the number 44, returned early in this race. Lights on the pace car are off. We are 2 by 2, and Brett Bennett elected to stay out rather than come down pit road. Brett Bennett has chosen the outside line to restart. He is on 21 lap old tires, so we'll see how he fares off against these newer tires on the rest of the trucks. Craig Fryer looks like took 2 tires with a 7.1 second stop, restarting in P3. But Brett Bennett, black truck on the outside, the controlled truck, he gets the loud pedal on, and Bennett clearing Cameron Stone for now. Here comes Dalton Kelly on that outside. And Bennett's going to slide up. He just can't hold it on his tires. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Cameron Stone on the bottom, Bennett in the middle, and Kelly on the top.
Brett tried defending that inside lane and boxing Stone in, obviously unable to do so down the wide back straightaway, and Stone's going to clear Bennett, but Dalton Kelly's still up top for the time being.
Dalton Kelly doing a great job keeping his truck to that outside lane, using that momentum that he had. And look at this, it has really turned into a SBLD race up front. Oscar Enriquez, Brett Bennett, and Dalton Kelly. And I'll tell you what, I'm surprised that it's only been 2 positions Brett Bennett has lost. It could be a 3rd position here just momentarily, but he's got a little ways back to the 5th place truck of Nick Stein. So that call for no tires. Not a bad call so far for that 47 machine.
There we see Oscar Enriquez going around Bennett for a P3. He's got a huge run on Dalton Kelly, who's trying to continue to chase down Cameron Stone, but these top 5 have really spread themselves out compared to the other starts and restarts we've seen tonight so far, Josh.
Yeah, this one seemed a little bit calmer than the rest, and it kind of surprised me in a bit because of the fact that we saw 2 drivers there with 0 and 2 tires on that pit stop. No surprise here is that Cameron Stone, who did take the 4 tires, is leading out front. Dalton Kelly, we saw him really fast towards the end of that stage. See if Dalton Kelly is able to continue his speed, but Oscar Enriquez has been doing a great job as well all night long so far. Enriquez may have a say at both Kelly and Stone before the night is over. Meanwhile, Adam Benefield currently running P7 behind Rich Petrucco and Brett Bennett. So far, not what Adam Benefield has wanted to see. We know Benefield has the speed to get up front. Just has to make his way through the traffic.
Surprise it's taken Petrucco and Benefield so long to get around Bennett on this alternate strategy here, considering how quick the 47 got passed by those top 3 and how strong these Petrucco and Benefield have been all night. Why we see a battle up front, Dalton Kelly all over Cameron Stone.
And Dalton Kelly just rolling the top lane, doing the best, and he can up there. And you know, one thing that this really reminds me of is you see drivers like Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson. Dale Earnhardt Jr. used to run the high line as well. For you older guys out there, Harry Gant. You know, you see the reason why they're so successful up top is because the momentum that you really get on corner exit. You're just seeing that out of Dalton Kelly, who is, you know, he's losing time in corner entry, but then the run he gets all down the straightaway, whether it's the front or the back straightaway, is so huge. It just is bringing him right up to Cameron Stone. On top of that, the draft definitely helps as well. You know Stone is going to be right up against that wall on the straightaways. The draft that Kelly is able to get from that definitely helps to bring him right up to Cameron Stone as well. They are all single filed out, but that doesn't mean that Dalton Kelly still isn't trying. Kelly trying to use that draft as much as he possibly can. Dalton Kelly does not want Stone to get away. Dalton Kelly. Looks like he got loose through the corner of 1 and 2, running the bottom. Kelly has now chosen to go down to the bottom and loose once again. Nick Stein has re-entered the picture right underneath Oscar Enriquez. Side by side for the 3rd position. Oscar trying everything he can to stay ahead of Nick Stein by using that high line to his advantage. Rich Petrucco and Adam Benefiel are right there waiting to make a move as soon as one of these guys clear the other. And it appears that high line is really going to work out for Oscar there as Rich Petrucco goes to the outside of Nick Stein. Stein drives into the corner a little bit, tries to slide up. Still side by side with Rich Petrucco though. It just seems like these two cannot get away from each other. Stein is going to really get tight there. Wash up the track and almost get into the side of that 27.
Going to pay dividends for Adam Benefield, who's going to try and take advantage on that 82 truck. To the inside in turn number 3, he goes on Nick Stein. He's going to slide up on corner exit, slot right in position ahead of that 82 machine, up to P5.
It's a great job of patience out of Adam Benefiel.
Now he's going to try to look on Oscar Enriquez, who has been tad off pace in the last couple laps down the position on which Petrucco we saw a moment ago.
Ooh.
Oh, Nick Stein in the fence. He's going to continue riding it through turns 3 and 4.
Not sure what happened there. Stein going to bring it down pit road. It's unfortunate for Nick Stein. Not the way he wanted his race to end.
Absolutely not. We've seen him climb through the field a couple of times tonight. He's been inside the top 5 for the majority of the laps. And like you mentioned, Josh, very not the way he probably envisioned his night ending with the speed he had. Why we see Adam Benefield still stuck behind with Petrucco for the time being.
Ooh, Dalton Kelly, super loose off turn 4. Rich Petrucco gonna make a move underneath Dalton Kelly as well as Adam Benefiel. Adam Benefiel side by side with Dalton Kelly going into turn 1. Kelly running that high line again. Benefiel gonna clear Kelly. Second place turns over to Rich Petrucco and Adam Benefiel. This is the highest Adam Benefiel has been all night. 52 laps to go tonight in the MarkPC.com Truck Series. This is an open setup, full distance truck league. This is only our second race on the call, but these guys have already been underway in their season. Show the points earlier. Let's go ahead and show that cutoff. This was before the race started. Kyle Reuter 66 points ahead of the cutoff spot for not making the playoffs. And you see here this huge battle, 3 wide. Just behind Kyle Reuter, that was Nolan Hodgson.
Dalton Kelly's right in the middle of this, and we saw he was in second place, what, 5 or 6 laps ago, and the bleeding continues for the 45 truck.
Yeah, he's just falling back. And that is Jeffrey Armistead, number 20 machine, of course. Still see on the graphic there, 66 points behind Kyle Reuter. Kyle Reuter is 1 position ahead of Armistead. There's not a whole lot of races left. After this one, just 3 races remain in the season. So it is definitely go time. If you're on the outside looking in, you need something to happen in just a few short weeks to make the playoffs.
With next week being a road race, really anything can happen in terms of the points being shaken up, but you need to capitalize now to put yourself in position to have everything go right at Mid-Ohio, and if everything goes wrong, you want to have the biggest buffer as possible, obviously. That's what we were seeing Kyle Reuter have. He has that over 60-point buffer, and now he's got 1 position on track in favor, so he's just trying to continue swaying the points his way over Jeffrey Armistead in the final home stretch of the regular season.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how these drivers look at road courses. I know when I'm racing myself and I'm looking at the schedule, if I'm seeing road courses on the schedule, I would prefer it to be with road courses that I've known for a very long time. Sonoma, Watkins Glen. You could throw the Charlotte Roval in there, and it's newer on the schedule, but it's been around a few years now. And so those are the 3 road courses that if I'm going to have to drive, I feel at least a little bit more comfortable at than a track like Mid-Ohio, which I've never even ran on iRacing before. So these guys, I don't know their road background, or if these guys, they're going to go into Mid-Ohio kind of with the same mindset like what I just had, said I would have. Is I don't run Mid-Ohio. The only experience I have with Mid-Ohio is on NASCAR video games, and that's about it. I've never seen it on iRacing, so that is, I think, a big wild card. And I mentioned it last week. Actually, we are under caution. It is the number 48 of Joshua Smutko. Take a look back to see what happened. And it looks like Smutko got loose, went down the track, got into Lucas, and then made a hard right-hand turn into the wall. Not the way Joshua wanted to end his race by any means. This definitely throws a curveball into some plans for these drivers. It's like 4 tires for the majority. And Cameron Stone easily winning the race off pit road. Rich Petrucco P2, Brian Haynes P3, Kyle Reuter P4, Andrew Schartner P5, Jeffrey Armistead P6, Mason Lowry 7th, Nolan Hodgson 8th, Oscar Enriquez 9th, and Adam Benefiel, the biggest loser here on pit road, all the way down to P10. This is where you don't want to have mistakes, because that was probably the money stop, Adam. This race, it's been relatively clean. Only 5 cautions tonight, I believe. That's what we have had. 2 forced stages, 4 for incidents. Well, that math would equal 6 cautions. But I do believe that there have been 4 for incidents, 2 for the stage, so this would be our 6th caution of the night. Very possible that could have been the money stop. So we're going to go back green with, I believe, 39 to go. We'll see if they get the 1 to green this time by. If not, it will be 38 laps to go in the race. And now you put Cameron Stone and Rich Petrucco right back there on the front row together. Those two have been battling super hard all race long. And you got those BKM teammates, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. One of them may be able to sneak out with a win here. And lights on the pace car are off. Stone to the inside, Rich Petrucco outside. How are those BKM drivers going to react to Petrucco and Stone out front leading this race?
One thing I find very interesting with the amount of laps we have remaining, it's almost essentially the same length as a stage early on in the race. And so far in the race, we have seen a lot of cautions throughout them, and I wouldn't really expect that to change once we get down to the wire, and if we don't, I think these two are going to go at it all the way to the end, swapping the lead back and forth, Josh.
It's very possible. The way these two have been driving the race all night long, they have both been very aggressive, but putting on a great battle racing around each other, and I'm excited to see this finish. If it stays green throughout the end of the race, or maybe if we even get a late caution, how these two are going to race around each other. That pace car has worked its way into the safety of pit road. Cameron Stone, control truck. He's going to waste no time at all. Gives it the green. And Rich Petrucco with a great restart as well. Going to tuck in between Cameron Stone and Brian Haynes. And here we go. Rich Petrucco with the run, pulling up to the back tailgate of Cameron Stone. Now looking to the inside. Going to be side by side entering turn 3.
Petrucco's going to drive it in there and clear him for the moment. He's going to have to let it slide. He's going to send it too far in the corner. Almost contact with the safer barrier, but Cameron Stone's going to slide job him back. Cross him over. Back in there, swapping the lead again into turn 1.
Yeah, Adam, I have to say, I think Cameron Stone knew that was going to happen. It almost just seemed like rather than fighting back on the outside, Stone almost allowed Petrucco to have the position, thinking that Petrucco would try to drive it in into turn 3, which is what it seemed like. So Stone, I think, being a little bit patient there and pulling out in his favor. Side-by-side battle. Adam Benefield looking to the inside of Nolan Hodgson. Nolan Hodgson has had himself a quiet night. He's going to look almost trying to make it 3 wide. Hodgson thinking better of it. Benefield able to clear Hodgson and make that Jeffrey Armstead as Hodgson looks back to the inside of Benefield. Not quite able to get to the inside. Now he has pressure on the outside from Armstead once again. Hodgson, I think, is just going to have to tuck in behind that number 20 machine. Still trying to fight to the inside, though, and here comes Mason Lowry.
Mason with an easy clear move past Hodgson there, as we see Andrew Shartner going on the 42 here down into turn 1 and 2, not able to make that position work. He's going to slot back in line down the backstretch.
We go back up front. Rich Petrucco looking underneath 57, Cameron Stone. He's going to make it stick. They're going to be side by side going into turn 1 once again.
Brian Haynes and Kyle Ruder have driven up to these guys. They had a separation between themselves and the pack, and now as Petrucco puts his nose out in front for a moment, Stone fights back up top. Brian Haynes right on the back bumpers almost into turn 3.
And Brian Haynes going to follow Rich Petrucco all the way down on that apron. Now try to give a little draft help to Rich Petrucco. Haynes going to tuck in behind 57, Cameron Stone, who is still battling super hard with Rich Petrucco for the lead.
The thing we've heard all night is how the tire rail seems to favor those who run the middle lane on the longer runs. And this is definitely going to hurt Petrucco if he continues to be forced to run the bottom for so many laps. And I think it's going to hurt him in the terms of the long run at the end of this race. And he's going to finally tuck in line behind Cameron Stone into second place.
Watch for Petrucco to cool down his tires a little bit. Once again, go up there to try to make a move on Cameron Stone. But if Petrucco wants to do that, he's going to have to hold off Brian Haynes, who is hard charging with hard charging Adam Benefield just behind him. Here we go, Rich Petrucco right back up, looking to the inside of Cameron Stone.
He's going to send it again into turn 3 and 4, not as quite as dramatic as last time. He's got the nose, got the truck ahead, he's clear.
Not for long. Cameron Stone able to hold it on the bottom. A little bit better than Rich Petrucco.
Has both of the BKM trucks. He's up to 3rd. He got past Ruder 2 laps ago, and now he's past Haynes.
And if these two drivers keep battling side by side for the lead, Benefield may be able to sneak away with one by taking it 3 wide. Cameron Stone finally clear of Rich Petrucco, but here comes Adam Benefield on the inside.
Petrucco wanted to poke it up high and make it 3 wide. He thought better of that. He's pushing Stone on the top lane, who's got the advantage right now. Here comes Benefield trying to slot in between he and Petrucco. He's going to do it.
Adam Benefield, great job just being super patient, picking these guys off one by one. He knows he has plenty of time to get up to that lead. 28 laps to go. SpartanPC.com, 2:25 here at Chicagoland Speedway. Adam Benefield battling hard to the inside of Cameron Stone. Stone trying to do the crossover move. They're going to be side by side, and Benefield gets all the way down on the apron, forcing Stone to really keep it low.
No room for error with all these crossovers in the center of the corners. Benefield up high, he has a run on Stone. I don't think Stone expected him to be able to hold on to that position up top. He's got to push from Petrucco down the back straightaway.
They're going to make contact. Both drivers got a little bit sideways. And
Somehow
here comes...
they keep it going.
Here comes Rich Petrucco. They're 3 wide for the lead. Petrucco. Oh my goodness. This is not going to work. Benefield in the wall. Petrucco with the lead. They're 3 wide for second place.
Big damage for Adam Benefield, like you mentioned, Josh, but Kyle Ruder forced the issue. He made it 4 wide, more contact. Cameron Stone's in the fence.
Jeffrey Armistead right behind him in the fence as well. Wow, that just took out 2 of our biggest contenders all night. We stay under green, 25 laps to go. Rich Petrucco with the lead, but he's got a very hungry Kyle Ritter behind, who's looking to get his second league win of the week.
Yeah, second league win of the week, and he's still racing like he's at Talladega with that 4 wide move down the front a couple laps ago. He's got his teammate right behind him too, but 0.2 of a second separate he and Rich Petrucco for the race lead. And now we got lap trucks in the mix after all that chaos. Here comes Carlo Felber. The leaders are trying to catch, who went down a lap earlier after his crash.
We know Rich Petrucco has been super fast all night long. My biggest concern is how much did Rich Petrucco hurt his tires battling Cameron Stone side by side for as long as he did.
And does he have any aerodynamic damage? He pushed up into Stone quite a few times in that run. Could have hit that side force on the 27 machine, but obviously that's a long shot as he has a huge lead now. Not huge lead, but he's building up his lead to Kyle Ruder, who's kind of backing up the field to him right now.
Looking at the right side of Rich Petrucco's truck, it looks very clean. I don't believe Petrucco has any kind of damage at all. So if there is any kind of damage, I would say it's to those tires with the battle. Petrucco, though, turned the fastest lap out of all the drivers that last time by. Oscar Enriquez looking to the inside of Brett Bennett. Enriquez bringing Schartner with him. Schartner goes to the high side. Now he's not really sure where he wants to go down the front stretch. Not really room for him to go, but he elects to go to the high side behind Brett Bennett. Brett Bennett tried a little strategy move earlier. Didn't work out for him, but his way up to the 5th position after going back green. Side-by-side battle for the 3rd position. Mason Lowry to the outside, Brian Haynes. Lowry takes over the position. And now starting to drive away from Brian Haynes.
And speaking of driving away, Rich Petrucco is putting the field in his mirror, and actually out of his mirror, because he is almost gapped a second to Kyle Ruder, and it was only about 4 or 5 tenths just a couple laps ago. Here comes Mason Lowry trying to change that, though. He's going to try and prevent that 27 getting too far ahead in his windshield. He's on the inside of Ruder for second. Can't make it work this time by, though.
Lowry trying to put pressure on Kyle Ritter. And if Lowry wants an opportunity to try to win this race, he needs to get by Ritter quick. But no, we are under caution.
And this completely changes the game.
Oh,
Bennett saw
man.
the front straightaway with right side damage, and he got in the wall, Josh.
Super loose on the front stretch. I think he got a piece of that apron. Sent him up the track. No, he got loose before the apron. Pit lane is open. 17 laps to go. Everybody's coming down.
So despite his wall contact, Cameron Stone remains on the lead lap. So he's back in this fight for the time being. And I believe Carl Felver might be the lucky dog. I might be wrong on that. And Adam Benefield is 6 laps down, so in 7 laps down now, so he is out of this race. But Cameron Stone's back in the fight.
Battle off pit road is going to go to Rich Petrucco. Kyle Ritter will get P2. Mason Lowry 3rd. Brian Haynes 4th. And Andrew Shartner P5, looks like.
Good news for Kyle Ruder is he's got his teammate behind him, but they have to get lined up here on this restart, and that's going to be very crucial if they're able to.
We're going to go green with under 15 laps to go. I believe it'll be 13 to go when we go back green. It's go time. Twelve drivers on the lead lap. I believe it may be 13, Carl Felver. Getting a lucky dog. And Felver down pit road. Lights on the pace car are off. Rich Petrucco winds up to the inside. Kyle Ritter outside. As you mentioned, Adam, Ritter will have teammate behind him in Brian Haynes. Wonder how hard they're going to push on this restart to try to get out front ahead of Petrucco.
On the last restart, the two BKM trucks were very, very slow on the off the go, but they were on row 2. See what Ruder can do now that he's lining up next to the control truck.
Pace car is going to make its way down to the safety of pit road. Rich Patrico with the loud pedal. Back under green, and Mason Lowry is going to be underneath the number 9 of Kyle Reuter. I don't think really anybody got a good restart there except the man up front, Rich Patrico. Reuter clears Mason Lowry now. See how hard Reuter will push. Catch up to Rich Patrico. They're spinning in the back. Oscar Enriquez around.
And that might have all started. Oh, as they're still piling in here. Yeah, exactly what I saw. A bunch of trucks just got loose at once, and then they all came flying in at the same time. No one given an inch in the last 15 laps.
Cold tires and pushing hard, I think, is the result of that. You see Mason Lowry get loose.
Yep.
Then Schartner.
Yep. They both simultaneously got loose, and Schartner just overcorrected and completely wiped out the poor 66 truck of Oscar Enriquez and causes this chaos down the front.
A couple of drivers elect to come down pit road. It's going to be the 69 of Lucas, 47 Brett Bennett, 66 of Oscar Enriquez, and the number 18 of Andrew Schartner, all coming down pit road. Jeffrey Armistead going to be the lucky dog. That does put us 13 trucks on the lead lap. And I was wrong. Carl Felber is still 1 lap down. He was 1 lap down before we went under green. So Felber was not the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Adam, look who's in 5th place.
Told you he wasn't out of it. Managed to avoid that carnage on that last restart, and he's up 5 spots.
He's going to have a very short time to climb his way from 5th to 1st. We know he's got the speed.
We've seen Cameron Stone do that probably already once tonight. He's been back to the front a couple times, I'd say, but not as far back as he has been since he got into that wall on that long run recently. So, like you mentioned, not a lot of time, but I think it will be enough if we don't get another caution and he's able to avoid it if there is.
We are definitely in for a great finish here in the MartinPC.com 225 at Chicagoland in the MartinPC.com Truck Series. If you're in the market for a PC, go to MartinPC.com. They have really good deals. They are custom PCs that are actually custom. And I have definitely been really checking them out to make my next PC a Martin PC. I've been chatting with Brian Haynes about that. So if you are in the market for new PC, go check them out. They also have a couple of other products. A push talk button. If you run out of buttons on your steering wheel, you can have a push talk button. Another one of their products that I think is really cool that I'd love to try out myself is Digital Dash. that you could put right on your tablet, or you can elect to get a tablet as well. And the tablet is pretty cheap with the software as well. So you're spending just a little over $100 for the tablet and the software for the digital dash. So go give them go check them out. Big supporters of this series here, and great company, great guy in Brian Haynes to run it as well. The pace car, that pace car, going to work its way down pit road. And once again, we are going green. I think much better restart, but here comes Dalton Kelly on the outside lane. He moved up there. Kelly might have a say in this before the race is over. Brian Haynes, though, trying to make a move, sliding up the track in front of his teammate.
Yeah, he muscled by Reuter there on the restart, and he slid up on him, like you mentioned, off of turn 2, but it's all Rich Petrucco trying to run away with it. These guys are all sending it on each other back here, going deep. Here comes Cameron Stone going for second place. Wow, we got a spin. It's Craig Freer spinning into the infield.
I believe Nolan Hodgson got elected in that as well.
There you see Fryer driving away, and there's Hodgson, excuse me. Oh wow, Fryer just got loose off corner exit, Josh.
I think once again a result of cold tires. These guys have not had a chance to really build up the temperature in the tires because pretty much all the laps that they have done on them have been under caution. And Cameron Stone goes from P5 to P3.
Definitely would have been up to second if that caution hadn't flew when it did. Another 100 feet maybe, he would have been on the front row against Petrucco, who we've seen pretty much majority of the night. Those 1-2. But Haynes, let's see what he can do on the front row this time. We saw him take that position from Reuter on the last restart. Maybe he'll be able to get a good launch on Petrucco, but we obviously know Stone's going to be really, really, really racy here on this restart. What do you say?
Oh, I agree. Stone, he's got a lot of wins on the season already. Of course, getting into the wall not too long ago. Stone's looking to get back up in there where he believes he should be, and that is the lead. Also want to give a big shout out to every single one of you viewers and subscribers out there. We hit the 150 milestone today of 150 subscribers. It would not be possible without you guys. Big shout out. Thank you to all of you who come and enjoy watching your friends, family, and maybe even strangers race on iRacing. You can catch 2 nights of action on JCTV right now with, of course, Wednesday nights, the MartinPC.com Truck Series, and on Saturday nights, the In the Pits News Truck Series. Sister league to this one. Both of them put on great shows. And, this one, Open Setup Series, one on Saturdays is Fixed Setup Series. I personally love Open Setups. Those Fixed Setup races have been amazing to watch. This one here tonight, even with Open Setups, it's been close all night long, and I'm absolutely loving this. And you got just amazing, talented drivers out there: Petrucco, Stone, Haynes, Reuter, Nick Stein. Even though he's many laps down. Adam Benefiel, those guys, they continuously put on great racing week in and week out, and as well as everybody else in this field that I didn't just mention. It's all possible because of them that we get to do this. We're going back green with 3 laps to go in the race. We could very well see overtime. But as of now, we are under our regular scheduled distance. Rich Petrucco electing the inside once again. He's going to have a very hungry Cameron Stone restarting right behind him in that 3rd position. And watch out for Dalton Kelly, who is going to restart in the 6th position, 3rd truck on the outside row. Kelly was super fast to finish out stage 2, and I expect he's going to try to make a run up there before this thing is over.
We saw him go on the outside lean in the last restart and pick off a few positions, so I wouldn't doubt it either.
The iRacing.com pace car is going to make its way down the safety of pit road. Rich Petrucco is the controlled truck. Of course, got to wait until he gets inside that blue restart zone. Rich Petrucco probably not going to waste any time, as he doesn't. He's hard on the gas pedal, and we are back under green. Brian Haynes. Not a challenge out of Cameron Stone as of yet. Haynes sliding up the track just a little bit, though.
Petrucco left everyone in the dust on the restart, and you mentioned, Josh, Haynes, no match for Stone on the restart. Stone's held up racing Ruder side by side for 3rd. He's going to send it into turn 3. Now get the position. Set his sights on for 2nd, though, but that's 1 truck more he had to pass.
2 laps to go here. And you can throw the top 5 under a blanket as Dalton Kelly all the way up top as I expected him to do so. Here comes Cameron Stone, though, underneath Brian Haynes down the backstretch. Stone has to make this pass here and now if he wants a chance to get up there to Rich Petrucco. Haynes isn't just going to pull to the side, but it almost seems like he does. Stone's clear, and now focusing on that 27 machine up front. White flag is waving. We are on the last lap.
Ruder to the inside of Stone. That kind of prevents any kind of opportunity for Stone as they wreck big time in the back. Huge crash. It looks like in turn 1. As Kyle Ruder and Cameron Stone race side by side for 2nd into turn 3 still. Ruder with the advantage.
And it is going to be Rich Petrucco taking the win here at Chicagoland and MartinPC.com, 225. Kyle Ruder, P2. Cameron Stone, P3. We will show a replay of what happened on the last lap. Oh, Brian Haynes went around.
Haynes, yeah. Mason Lowry also.
Very unfortunate for those drivers who are having a great run up front.
See Stone there congratulating Petrucco. Those two, of course, we mentioned it all night. They raced fiercely for that top spot throughout the entirety of tonight's event.
And this is Rich Petrucco's 2nd win on the season. And he did so by really dominating this race with Cameron Stone. go ahead and take a look, see what happened. So Brian Haynes got super loose, came down, collected Mason Lowry and more. Looked like Nolan Hodgson.
Yeah. He was able to continue and still get a top 10 though, Josh. Pretty impressive. Looks like he might have net coded through him.
Andrew Shartner. Shartner finishing 5th. So just getting a little tap there. Go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher. Hey Karen, you finished 3rd place tonight. Got into a little incident there not too long ago, but worked your way back up front. So how'd the truck handle after that?
I mean, the handling didn't really feel any different. It was just up there running hard, and me and Rich and Adam were kind of going at it pretty hard there. And I think it was actually a little bit of net codes, what Adam said. And I mean, I believe him. Me and him usually don't have too many problems on track, and I love racing with him. But yeah, just got a little damage on the right front there, and I just lost speed on the straights. It didn't change any of the handling in the corners, so I was still able to kind of mat it on the floor and just get down through there, and that's why we were able to come down, fix as much of it as we could, and then kind of drove through the field there on those short runs we had at the end. Kind of surprised we actually ended up finishing 3rd with how much speed we lost on the straights, but yeah, it didn't change the balance of the car or truck too much.
All race long, you battled. You and Rich Patrico had an amazing, tight, close battle all race long. What was it like from inside the truck? Was it a little frustrating, just like you couldn't shake him off, or just fun, hard battling out there?
Yeah, I think situation me and him are both in points wise. We both got to win, so we know we're in the playoffs. I don't think either one of us were too heated or stressed out about it. I think anytime me and Rich can get out here and trade a little paint and have some fun, we enjoy it about as much as anybody. So I love racing with Rich, and I love racing with Adam. There's a few other guys in this league that running up front with them's real fun. You can run right on their door, and you never really got to worry about them making a mistake or anything. Rich kind of he put a slide job on me there in that last stage and slid up a little bit, but yeah, he usually doesn't make too many mistakes, and that's why he ended up in victory circle tonight.
All right. Well, before I let you go, who gets it done behind 57 machine for you?
Gotta thank Ford. That EcoBoost still coming in handy. Even when we tear all the body panels off of it, we can drive up through the field. Appreciate all the guys that tried working on sets. We fiddled with some stuff from Las Vegas earlier in the year that seemed to come alive once we, changed a few things on it. So appreciate those guys working hard on that. Appreciate all the guys up front that do run me clean. Kind of hard to find sometimes on iRacing, but really appreciate when you can put it all out there with everybody and not really worry too much about somebody ruining your night. Mason had a really good run tonight. He was in line to probably finish 2nd if we didn't get a caution there close to the end. So appreciate him coming out. Hopefully we can get him a win here before the playoffs start. He's run definitely good enough to win one, but just hadn't had everything go his way yet. But yeah, appreciate all those guys. Appreciate Coors Light. Appreciate you guys up there in the booth.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, and congrats on the third place finish.
Thanks, sir.
And that was Cameron Stone, tonight's third place finisher. We go to Adam, who has Kyle Rader.
Hey Kyle, congrats on the second place tonight. What more did you need there on that last restart to contend for Rich for the Wind?
Hey guys, appreciate it. I don't know if I had anything for him, to be honest with you. Towards the end of before Cam and Benefield got together there, I took a chance. I think we went 4 wide at one point, and at that point I had nothing to lose, so I just started driving the truck a lot harder than I was all race, and I think I got everything I had out of it tonight. So I'm thrilled with second place. The Martin Chevrolet was definitely hooked up for me. So
Absolutely impressive 4-wide move you mentioned, and you drove from kind of towards the mid-pack section at the end of the race. What was the track like adapting to your truck there in the last stage?
well, that last round of pit stops, I opted to not take fuel, and I think that helped me a little bit when we started having more cautions. So, I mean, all in all, like I said, I think I got everything I could out of my truck tonight. I'm not as good as those guys up front, but I definitely gave it my best. And to walk away second place, I am absolutely thrilled at a track that, honestly, I don't know how many laps I've turned here. So, absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. But what do you have looking forward to next week at Mid-Ohio? Have you had any practice laps there with the truck?
Absolutely not. I haven't even bought the track yet. I'm not a road course guy, but I'm going to buy it and, turn some laps and just do what I can. I know at this point I'm sitting pretty good with the points, the way they play out right now. So just show up, ride around, do the best I can, and go from there. So kind of looking past Mid-Ohio, but I know it's as bad as that is to say. But what are you going to do? You can't be good at everything, I guess.
Guess not. Well, congrats again on that run-up finish tonight. And you have any special shout-outs you want to give after that great performance tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. My guys, Brian, Andrew, Joe at BK Motorsports. We're kind of hop on here and have fun, and we work hard. We make ourselves better every week, so can't do it without them guys. Rich Petrucco, obviously he won the race tonight, but he kind of got me on the run into EPI setups, and the last few weeks they've been absolutely money. So anybody out there looking for a setup, don't look any further. And right now my father's going through a little bit of medical stuff, so I wasn't even sure how I was going to make it through tonight, but this one's for him, and hopefully a fast recovery. The admins for the league, and of course you guys for being up in the booth and putting on a good show for everybody.
Well, congrats again, Kyle, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
And that was Kyle Ritter. Tonight's runner-up, we go to Victory Lane, where I have Rich Petrucco. Hey, Rich, what a battle all night long you had with Cameron Stone and just all the guys up front, Nick Stein. That was an incredible battle, but got it done. How'd you pull it off?
Man, sometimes you just got to get lucky, I don't think I had the absolute truck to beat. I think Cam was a little bit quicker than us tonight, but it's just being in the right place at the right time and staying out of the attrition. It was a bummer that he and Adam got together with that net code that they had, and all that fun stuff. We were having a great battle up front. It was a lot of fun, real tight racing. I've been running with those guys for a long time, so obviously we all trust each other. So super fun to fight it out. In the end, there it was just got that. I was actually really bummed to see that caution that Bennett threw out. Was really we were super fast on the long run. We had a long run setup that the EPI brought tonight, and that last caution we didn't take fuel and threw a couple of short run adjustments at it, and it made it all work out.
It seemed like passing tonight was extremely hard on the bottom, but you kept working the bottom, trying to make that line work. So what was it like, just trying to make that bottom line work underneath Cameron Stone?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I feel like the bottom was a little bit better in 3 and 4, but the top was definitely, or the 2 lanes up was definitely quicker in 1 and 2. So I was trying to make it work in the first couple of stages just to see what I would have to work with, towards the end of the race if I had to. And it's tough to keep the momentum down there. The guys on the top side definitely have the advantage when they're defending. So you either got to get a huge run on somebody, or you got to try to make it work on the top.
Well, next week we look forward to Mid-Ohio. You have 2 wins already on the season and in the bank. So what's going to be the plan going into Mid-Ohio?
Full send, man. It's always full send. I enjoy road courses, so I'm sure Elite Performance Industries will bring a banger setup, and we'll go for it and go for the win.
All right. Well, who gets it done behind the 27 machine?
I mean, I know Adam Benefield got, he didn't make it to the end of the race, but he and Dustin Hall are the builders at EPI on the truck setups, and man, they put in some killer work. And really the whole crew at Elite Performance Industries. It's just an amazing group, bringing the speed every week. Fortunate to run with them. So huge shout out to those guys. And then Martin PC. You gotta throw it in there. I got some Martin PC gear, and you gotta run with the best to beat the best. So that's what we got.
All right. Congrats on the win once again, and we'll see you next week at Mid-Ohio.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it, guys.
And that was Rich Petrucco, winner of tonight's event here at Chicagoland. Adam, another great race that we get to call together, and we look forward to next week at Mid-Ohio. I'm not sure if you might be joining us for possibly a radio-style call. I know Dawson's kind of looking forward to that, as he should be back next week. But overall, what were your thoughts tonight? Here at Chicagoland.
Well, like I said off on the top of the show, I love Chicagoland, one of my favorite mile-and-a-half tracks, and believe it lived up to the expectations tonight. We saw different grooves. We've seen all kinds of crazy moves that drivers were able to make on each other, and just crazy racing on the restarts with these trucks. And I think that's just what these bigger tracks lend to with these types of vehicles, and it's so exciting. And like you mentioned, it was great to be up here in the booth with you to call it all.
Now, I think all the races that you and I have had the opportunity to call together have been fixed setup races, and this one being an open setup. So, what was it like, just kind of, I guess, for you, your first experience calling an open setup league race?
Absolutely. It was obviously a little bit different. We saw, one thing I noticed was we didn't really see as many drivers get strung out, because everyone was probably able to get into a setup they were all comfortable with individually. We did see some drivers kind of fade with those setups as the track changed, but that's just part of it, I think, Josh. And it's just a dynamic strategy, and it's another variable that everyone needs to wrap their head around, and it shakes it up, but it's just another factor, I think. I think obviously it played into huge dividends when it came down to the end of the race, but exciting, obviously.
Most definitely, and I personally, prefer driving open setups myself, because you are able to change so much throughout the race. And you heard Rich Petrucco talk about the last pit stop, making a couple of adjustments, and it's possible because of that open setup, making adjustments. Whereas if it was a fixed setup, you wouldn't even be able to change anything on pit road. You could elect to take 2 tires, 0 tires, or put on 4 tires. He could have still took no fuel, like Rich did tell us he didn't take any fuel there at the end. So you could do that, but really trying to make adjustments to the truck. He wouldn't have been able to do any of that if it wasn't for the fact that this was open setups. But another great race in the books for these guys at the MartinPC.com Truck Series. We look forward to Mid-Ohio next week, and I'm definitely excited for that one. I love road courses, love watching them. Driving them, not so much, but boy, are they fun to watch. And when you get a group of talented guys like we have here, it always puts on a great show. So definitely looking forward to that one. Before we go, let's go through our finishing lineup. Before I forget, we got, of course, winner of tonight's event, Rich Petrucco. Coming home P2 is Kyle Reeder. Cameron Stone in P3, Dalton Kelly in 4th. And Andrew Schartner rounds out the top 5.
Jeffrey Armistead finishes 6th, with Nolan Hodgson 7th. Carlos Enriquez is 8th, with Craig Fryer rebounding up to 9th. And Joe Grote rounds out the top 10 positions tonight.
And in 11th is going to be Dale Lucas. 12th goes to Brett Bennett. 13th, 1 lap down, Brian Haynes, after having such a great race all night long. Mason Lowry also collected in last lap accident with Brian Haynes. Lowry finishes 14th, and Carl Felver brings it home in 15th.
Adam Bennerfield fails to finish from tonight's race. He was involved in that incident up front. He finishes in 16th, while Joshua Schutzmo finishes in 17th position. 18th is Nick Stein, who was in the wall and had wheel damage, containing up front early. He finishes 18th. 19th is Cody Bird, and rounding out the top 20 is Cameron Caldwell.
21st goes to Andrew Elias. 22nd, Brian C. Smith. And Matthew Stotts brings it home in 23rd. Of course, you see 24 trucks once again. That is me, who accidentally showed up as a driver rather than a broadcaster. So 23 trucks for the race tonight. And what a show. That's going to do it from us here at Chicagoland Speedway. Look forward to seeing you next week at Mid-Ohio. Pre-race show going up at 8:15 Eastern Time. See you on Wednesday night. Looking for more truck action, you can tune in on this upcoming Saturday for more racing here at JCTV. But until next time, Mid-Ohio, that'll do it from us here in the MartinPC.com Truck Series. On behalf of all the admins, all the drivers, and Adam, I'm Josh Coppernell, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Take care.